Hi everyone, I'm going to do an art journal page. I'm working in my mixed media notebook that I got from Maria, and I'm going to use now today a coffee filter. At last I've gotten some coffee filters. We don't have it here, and thank you love for sending me the coffee filters. And I'm going to start with preparing some kind of background, and then I'll switch to what I'm going to do with the coffee filter. So I've got here watercolors. I've picked it up from the kids section. They are a kind of metallic, and I want a really subtle background, a little bit of paint in several places, and not a complete coverage. I'm just spraying my page so the color will travel better. I hope I'm explaining myself. Not enough water. Still don't have enough water. It's very hot right now. We are at the 110 Fahrenheit or 40 something Celsius, and it's kind of difficult. And my workplace is without an AC, so I'm braving it. And let's see again. Maybe I will switch to a different paintbrush, something softer. I really want to just put down a little bit of paint in the background, and my pages just absorbs it quite quickly. So as you can see, it's very subtle. There is a very little paint here, and I don't want to see brush strokes, so I'm spraying it and letting it disappear. And let's see, a little bit from the green. You'll see why in a minute, because I'm going to do these colors on my coffee filter. Most of it will get covered, but I'm still laying paint. Okay, so this is only the beginning. Very light paint in the background. I'm going to stamp all around, so there will be more interest. I'm moving this aside for now, and I'm going for the coffee filter. So I am in love with this because things just spread. It absorbs the paint, and it's giving it spreads so different colors can blend nicely without being mud. Now many techniques, I only started, I am not expert on this, and I'm just going to show you one thing that I've done, and it's a mandala on this, and it's very easy. You just fold it, and I find that it's better to work on a quarter of this first I thought I'll be clever about it and do another fold and it will be easier, but then it meant that whatever I designed on this, which is an eighth of the whole circle, I will have to copy 7 times, and when I'm doing a quarter I will have to copy it only 3 times. So I'm going to show you how I've gone about it. I've taken a permanent marker. This is a Stadler permanent marker. It's F. It's very thin here, and I just started doodling. This is really up to you what you're doing. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just putting down something. Now, if you are not up to doodling, or if you would like everything to be really symmetrical, just pick up one of those rulers that have for children, that have like this one, all kinds of shapes, and you can use this as a guide. You can also use your small stamps and make a pattern. I've already shown you in one video how to go about it. So as you can see, I'm just making it up as I go. Now I've done several first I've put down paint, and I will explain on these things, and then I try to do the mandala. Not so great. The paint is not permitting to see and copy the other parts, and you will see what I'm talking about in a minute. So if you want to do a mandala on a coffee filter, first the mandala, then the paint. So basically you just go until up to here with your design, and when you are finished with this quarter, you just open it up, and as you can see, you can already do this part, and I'm copying it. Just flipped it over, and I have the design to copy it, and I don't care if it's the exact design. I like that it's freehand, that it's not completely symmetrical. So I already have half, and now I will just fold it here, and I have the design to follow, and that's how you do your mandala. And if you had paint here, you couldn't see what's underneath, so that's why first this and then the paint. Now for the paint, I'm moving this aside. I already got a one here. I like to work with it on some plastic bag, because I find that the paint is spreading nicely, and then I just can move it and let it dry on its own. I really like, I've tried watercolors, which is nice, but what I really liked is that you can color it very nicely, and that's how I've done this one and this one with just regular felt pens. Nothing special about them, no no brand that is very expensive. These are from the cheap store. So now here and here, and be prepared that the paint will move, and it's like watercolor when you're doing it here. And I'm going to start now. You can do like yellow here, yellow here, yellow here, green, 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 whatever. Put down a color wherever you want. Right now I'm going circle, and as you can see I'm not even bothering to do it nicely, just putting down paint. I'm letting the paper absorb this, and it's a good thing that these felt pens have one side narrow and one side wide, so I can move along. No rhyme or reason, no staying inside the lines, very quick about it. And maybe more yellow, just to have more light. I already have one prepared, so we won't have to wait for this one to dry because it's going to get a lot of water. Other side. You can put down your colors however you want. I just chose here to go circle. Not trying for anything, just it's very freeing. You just go about it however you want. I'm finishing this, and now I'm going to spray it with water, and that's the fun part, to see how it spreads. Moving this aside. Okay. Soaking it with water. Everything is water with water, and it starts spreading and moving. And if you feel that you have a white space that you don't like, you can also get in with your finger like this and help the color along. If you want a little bit of the orange into the yellow here, again I'm just playing around. This is not supposed to be symmetrical and exact and inside the lines. This is it. I'll put some white underneath so you can see what. Here it is. Now this needs to dry, and I'm telling you it will change until it dries. The color is shifting. There is a lot of water here, so it will not stay the same. So I'm moving it now, and here I've got the one that I've already prepared. As you can see, everything moved, and I really like how it turned out. So I'm getting this, putting this aside, and going back to my paper, which is not completely dry yet. I'll just blast it a little bit with my heat tool. So as it dried, it even went more pale, and you can hardly see what I've done here. but because they are metallics, there is a nice shimmer that I don't know if you can see. I'm losing daylight. Uh, so let's hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Okay, so now I want to stamp all over my page, and I've got this stamp, I've got this mandala stamp, and some small ones that I never use and remembered that I have. And let's see, what colors do I have that I can try and use here to correspond with my mandala. Let's see. Okay, let's hope this will work. I'm gonna start with this. Going to stamp again randomly because I'm not quite sure what will get covered. Yeah. Okay, so this I'm going to take aside, and let's see now this one. I hope it will work. These I've bought in Prague, and sometimes they work for me and sometimes don't. It's called Windflower Pigment Ink Pad, and I don't know anything about it because everything is in check here in the back. So and it worked. We've got lift off. Yeah. So let's see. I'm thinking that I really like this one, and that I'll try now. I'm just cleaning it here because I want to try and pick this one, which is supposed to be gold. Don't know how much it can be. It will be noticed on the page. Sometimes it's good enough for me that the print is not great, because it's like a ghost print in the back, and it gives your page some kind of dimensionality. Okay, I'm going to flip it because I really want to stamp here, and I've got this, and it's going to be a little bit difficult, but okay. And let's see, I've got another ink pad. I don't know if it will work. This is the cheapest kind that I've picked up again in the cheap store. Doesn't work. Don't think so. No, hardly printing anything. Going to the garbage. I still need something more, I don't know, like orange, bright orange in the background. Let's try. I'm going to try it with acrylics, and usually it's not something that I will attempt. I don't like to use acrylics on my stamps, but we'll see. So I'm putting a very little drop here, spreading it with my finger, and okay, again. So I really like it. Now I just want to add yellow because it worked so well. I'm going to add some yellow here. Again, little drop of yellow, spreading it on top of the orange because I don't care about the exact shade. Random stamping around. Yeah. So now just to wipe quickly so the acrylic won't dry on my stamp. So here is my background. I'm going to open this so I can see what I'm doing. And here is my mandala, which now I want to, I think I'm going to cut it. Let's hope it's not a mistake, but I'm just folding it in half. Wow, it's so hot here. I'm melting. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to glue this down and I'll come back. I'm back. So I've glued it. It's still wet and it really is vibrant and I really like it, but this whole section is like blah. It's completely pale and doesn't work with this vibrant part. So I'm going to think what I'm going to do about it and I'll come back. I'm back and I found these plastics that I don't even remember why I saved, and I'm going to just put them down like this, and because I want to spray and to bring the background to be more vibrant and with the mandalas. And I've got my sprays that are made from food coloring and water and gel food coloring. Here we go. Yeah, already better. Yeah. So this needs to dry again before I continue with anything else. I'll be back. I'm back. So this is starting to look better than before, and I've got this thing. I think maybe it's like Neocolor or Gelatos. It can be smeared, and I'm just wanting to go around my page and frame it with this. I'm not done with my background. I'm thinking of stamping with my mandala stamp with black, so it will be more with the mandalas I've made from the coffee filter. But first I want to, as I said, to frame here around my page, just, I don't know, to bring everything into focus. Best explanation I can give you. Okay. And now I'm taking again my mandala stamp, this time with black. And just to help the print. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to keep going until something comes out of it, because it was very, very pale. I thought about putting one here, but I already got one of in the background that was with some kind of orange, and I wanted to keep it, so I'm not stamping here. I'm going to move it. I like, even though it's subtle, and I really like all the details that I have in the background. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. I think, no, I don't know, something is missing here. So I'm going over my mandala and stamping. Yes, this is it. I really like it. Finished with this page. I really like the colors and how it turned out. So this is it. I hope you have fun with your coffee filters. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.